Yo, what up? All right. Oh boy. What? At least it's not enemas. Okay, then. That is that's you look away for 1 second and you come back and you read that. What the fuck? But as degenerates, we take pride in selecting a different topic, but also like the old material. Yeah, yeah, there it is. Each week is something new, right? But you can't help but reference the classics, as they say. It's it's eyes. He's lowering the tone. Yeah, what's up with that, dude? What's up with that, man? Well, we are crazily enough. I think we're what 3 days before Xmas. Christmas, the holidays. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all living well. Hope everybody is yeah, comfortable. You know, it's Friday, the end of the week, right? For a lot of people, it's the start of their work holiday and all of that stuff. I mean, you know, how's that going? How's that going? Hope everybody is doing well. Barricading against the Crodmus demon. Jesus Christ. It's been a long week, but I've been doing all right. How are you? I'm doing okay. The week was okay. Yeah, I'm lowering the tone. Yeah, yeah. I'm doing okay. Today was a longer day on my end. There is basically there's an epidemic of measles in the area, or rather, I guess in the country. A lot of it is I think to the west, if I read the news right. Yeah. And so our kid, my kid, whatever you want to say it, it was unvaxxed against it, right? Did not have the measles vaccination. And basically right at the age that he should be getting it anyways. And so kind of as like an emergency, yeah, I kind of had to go first thing in the morning, which is 6 a.m., almost out the door basically, to get to the hospital, and then basically just hope that somebody calls on us to squeeze him in for a vaccination shot. So yeah, day started early, and yeah, at least he'll be safe. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm like, I'm pseudo whining about it right now. Little whine. Mostly just because it was such an early wake up, and I did not go to sleep early. So, so yeah, late sleep, early wake up, kind of rough, and then a full day. But in any case, yeah. So that was my Friday, but upon being home, it's been nice just hanging. The next week is my first break outside of weekends and one bank holiday since May. Jesus, dude. So for you then, goddamn, it's just been the weekends, right? One bank holiday. Does the UK not get a lot of I don't know what they call it, I guess like government holidays? Trials of the freelancer, indeed. Yeah, that's fair enough. Hey, at least you get a solid little break from things. You get a little breather before, I assume, the end of the year and all that. Yeah, no pay time off, just a higher amount, and then figure it out yourself. For sure. Absolutely. But yeah, fucking measles, man. I don't know. I was like, what the fuck? And then we were doing some stuff about trying to, uh, still trying to like figure something else, right? We tried to get something going. A tuberculosis, TB, right? That's tuberculosis, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, construction shuts down into the middle. Yeah, absolutely. I am not dying of consumption. Yeah, no shit, no shit, man. Yeah, I think the big thing here was that for whatever reason, I mean, maybe COVID, maybe like any number of reasons, maybe availability. I'm not entirely sure, but for a good chunk of time, or at least the numbers say that like the first vaccination has kind of slid as far as like kids getting it, and then the second, because I guess measles is a two-part vaccination, and then the second one just kind of drops off, you know. So yeah, mostly in, again, like more rural areas of the rural, how you want to say it, areas of the country, right? But still, better safe than sorry, you know. Bible Belts are crazy good at making the old stuff gain popularity. You know, it happens, dude. You know, smallpox is so in this year. The old time plague, exactly. You know, oh shit, I'm coughing, dude. Oh fuck. Yeah. Yeah, one thing I'm pretty grateful for, you know, is at least so far the kiddo doesn't seem to be showing any major signs of like reactions to the vaccine, which is very nice. That's always like a benefit. So yeah, I can only be happy about that, at least. Alright, let's get some music going real quick. I was once inoculated against anthrax. Very unpleasant. Jesus Christ, dude. How'd they do that one? Fucking... Somebody had it in their palm and they fucking blessed you. Like, you know, just fucking... Ah! That's how they got you, dude. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. The anthrax vaccination. Yeah, it's not mistaken. Could be wrong. That's no injection, shat through the eye of a needle all week. Party trick. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Only not for the general public, you know? Quinine tablets. Damn. No tonic water. Yeah. Yeah, you had to do it raw, dude. What up, Matt? How you doing, dude? Hope you're living well. You're feeling alright. Enjoying this Friday prior to the holidays, you know. Yeah. I think I'm doing okay overall. Alrighty. You're not. Thank you. Perfect. Well, you know, I'm glad then that that I am. You know, just really like rub it in there, right? You're not having a good one? I am. So that's fine. No. I'll check later. Good shit. All right. So as written on the stream, and I hope this music's not too loud. I always get kind of weirded out because the levels for music in the background is always so very, it's like right now it looks like it's about half as loud as my voice, but I'm not entirely sure what that means. Like I don't know how loud my voice is generally because it's not like peaking or anything. So I don't know if like the music level being halfway there is like, you know, too loud background or anything. Cool. I appreciate it. Nice. Yes, we're listening to strange mixes. I feel like I keep putting this on. I should probably find something a little bit more, you know? When I turn the music down, you can never hear it. Alright. Yeah, I feel like we need something like a little more enjoyable, you know? Cozy winter music. I'm worried. No copyright, dude. See. Christmas jazz instrumental music. Yeah, it was very Miami Vice Light, exactly, dude. Royalty-free winter playlist. Warm night at the Christmas coffee shop. Ambient. Get a little fireplace sound going, dude. Is that what Winder? Yeah, the Winder. You know? Cozy time. Jesus, I'm sticking to it. All right. Well, I can also play video game music. Relaxing music winter. Video game. Mostly Nintendo. With snowfall ambience. Is that what let's see, dude. Let's get this going. The first one is Animal Crossing. Yeah. There we go. Fucking. We're chilling, dude, with like this Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, New Horizons, some other shit. This should be DMCA free, I think. But, you know. My pitch is crowd chamber sounds of the deep temples, but this is fine. You're playing Animal Crossing right now too? Alright, nice. Yeah. So you're in on it, you know? Right. So to get started. Change my outfit. Yeah. Change the weather, dude. It's time, right? Okay, so to get started, yeah, I did quite a bit of work in an IPDMC. Well, it's music. It's typically the music, and typically music isn't a problem on Twitch. That's the thing, right? Like, Nintendo won't take down somebody playing a Nintendo game on Twitch or the music, right? That's been like the big thing, because I think game companies don't want to fuck around with that, because if you can't play video game music on Twitch, then nobody's gonna play your game, because then like nobody will ever stream it, right? So I think that's like the main reason why video game music is basically free. It's basically like a free for all on Twitch as far as like what you can play in the background. So yeah, that's my understanding, right? So it's like I think technically they could if they wanted to, but nobody wants to. No video game company wants to ruin their opportunity to ever have like a huge release day on Twitch with like, you know, hundreds of thousands of people watching at once. Okay. So if anybody was around or saw the chat in the actual Discord, it's kind of been decided that Helos and Solarios, like this whole area, and I did make some changes to the map as well, but essentially this is like the Mediterranean, like Greek, but there's a little bit of a Viking twist on things, more in like the raiding and piracy of these two locations, and both of these city-states are essentially twin city-states, which was another idea that we'll get to down the line. What I want to touch on, well, what I want to settle first is the two city-states themselves, right? Like origins, how they came about, etc. And then from there, kind of dive deeper into, you know, the other stuff. I have a lot of ideas. I have essentially like a spider web of ideas, right? Well, rather than a web, I have like a bunch of strings, right? All these small paragraphs of stuff that I've just kind of thrown all together. There's a ton of them. And I kind of need to parse them together and kind of build, you know, kind of like write this stuff into one sort of thing, right? So we have the string. We need to turn it into a web, right? Appreciate the follow, dude. Thank you. Have I considered using Obsidian as a wiki or library tool? I use Notion. And we have the public wiki, the fandom one. I prefer Notion. I know Obsidian is like highly rated. People talk about it a lot, but yeah. So I've got all these ideas that I kind of want to string together, essentially, make like a web, and then from there, right, like go into it. So Helos and Solarios, the twin cities, we'll be working on today. So heading for yeah, Helos. Actually, we'll do like a heading 2, I believe. Yeah, and then like the 3, heading 3, will be like origin. Right. Okay. So, I did get started on this. I had a little bit of time. So I'll read what I've gotten done up first as I paste it over, and then from there I will, yeah. Also, I don't know why, but I didn't get the fucking sound alert for the follow. Is that something that's fucked up right now? Let me see. What is it? Not the stream kit, it's... Damn, dude. Let me try to figure this real quick. Sorry. I promise that I'm not stalling. Typically there's supposed to be that. So I didn't miss mass Rams trigger noise. Yeah. What the hell? Is that Stardew Valley? It looks like it. Pelican Town. Is it? So. Okay. Guess maybe I had to do like a let's see. Good. I had to do like a authorization. Oh, widget. Okay. Let's see.
No, we shall not abandon the dream.
Alright. This should be fixed now. Yeah, but it's a cozy game. Yeah, cozy winter game playlist, essentially. So, hey, sorry about that, Matt, you know? You didn't get the bot love, but, you know. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but seems like it's working now. Okay. Now, back to what we were doing. My mistake. So yeah, I started to kind of piece together the origin. Yeah. I don't need robots to like me. Alright, yeah. Cool. What's this? Fantasy Life. Always funny to see Ram's reaction. Yeah. Okay. So. Alright. This is what I've gotten written up for the origins. Actually, there's still more to build off of here, but this is where I'm at currently. So there are contending myths to the for the founding. To the for the, I don't know. There are contending myths regarding the founding, is what I probably should say. Yeah. Regarding the founding of Helos. Some say the original settlers of the city-state were fleeing a legendary beast from their homeland of Locke when they daringly sailed into the eternal calm in an effort to evade their pursuer. Others that it was a prophecy foretelling the rise of a navigator that would lead their people to a land of prosperity across a sea that only allowed those most worthy to pass. The most likely reason, however, is ambition. Wrapped up in all of these tales is the legendary navigator and Captain Corva. Theorized to have been seeking a shorter trade route from the west continent of Locke to the east continent of Karth, Corva is said to be the first explorer capable of making the journey. The expedition itself is thought to have been massive, clearing an entire forest for the necessary lumber to build all the ships required to bring every person across the eternal calm. Intent on securing a more prosperous future and selling the idea of new lands with untapped resources and opportunity for everybody willing to travel with. This idea, however, is still quite hard for historians within modern Helos to explain. If it were to simply set up new trade routes, then why did so many people join? A great expedition seeming more like a mass exodus. In any case, after a long and arduous journey, Corva and her expedition reached the shores across the eternal calm. Captain Kurwa, yeah, dude, it's her. I love semen after eating my sorry. Come on, dude. That's the fucking first thing you say. Captain Kurwa. Jesus, dude. That's gonna embed itself in my mind. I'm gonna be unable to not say it that way. Captain Kurwa. Kurwa. Jesus Christ. Dude, I didn't even make this fucking name. This name came from Ice. God damn, man. You guys just fucking up everything, man. Wait, Dawn really didn't say anything else? I thought you said hi. I see. Okay. How are you, Beef? Yeah. This name came from fucking Ice. Jesus Christ. Okay. So I just finished choking down on some sausages. Pretty great. Wow. I'm happy for you that you got to experience that or something. I don't know. So alright, here we go. Sliced or unsliced brunch, my dude. Oh, like breakfast sausages. Okay. Since moving to Europe, like sausage to me is kind of, oh my god. I'm not gonna finish the sentence. Essentially though, it's got like a whole different thing, like yeah. Finish the sentence. Yeah, sausage in Europe is nothing like sausage in America, right? There's not really like it is, yeah, like I wouldn't say it's not sausage, like it all has the name of sausage, but yeah. Kurwa is a Polish expression, like fuck, I think, like fuck, you know. But yeah, the American style breakfast sausage is not a flavor that is common in Europe. I just want us to it's a bad Yiddish word. Jesus. Okay. So let's finish off this origin story, right? Because there is a change that I made. Because these people technically come from Yeah, finish the orgy story. Yeah, exactly. Because these people technically come from Locke, I thought the springs of Mediel being, I like the idea of the springs of Mediel, what they are, being intertwined with the origin story, right? Like this is where these people settled and like they stayed here specifically for this reason, right? These waters that eventually kind of, you know, in time comes with a like a bathhouse and etc., right? It's like a kind of like a sacred site, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this is what you get for disappearing for so long. Yeah, dude, you picked a hell of a time to jump back in. Yeah. Okay, but we agreed on the nudity, right? What? At the bathhouse? I guess, right? Oh yeah. They're fins. Yeah. Yeah. When you go to the bathhouse, you do it in the rough, as they say. Okay. Jesus Christ. So setting nudity. Yeah, setting for the nudity or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep this going. The external comm. Just getting rid of the riffraff. There we go. Thanks, dude. So we'll say that like oh, so I changed the name of this Springs of Medial to he's trying to kill the yeah. New Age Paleo Grift. Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's what we're all about here. We're about fucking ice baths, I guess, and hot springs and saunas and all that shit, dude. It's fucking sick. I'm telling you. Dunk your body in ice for 1 minute and you will be healthier than you've ever been in your entire life. Instantly. Instantaneously. Okay. It wasn't because of the timing. Yeah. It was all you. There it is. Alright. So, the name I changed this to is... I guess In the Heartland is probably not a good way to write this, because it's not technically in the Heartland. Along the coast, I guess? I'll say along the coast. Curva. Yeah, dude, I didn't fucking... I don't know if you know, this is supposed to be a winter video game mix, dude. So I don't know. We're skipping past the tropical though, because it is a little out of place, right? Very Christmassy, indeed it is. Makes me want to lay on the beach, right near the beach. Yeah. So the new name is Muid. There we go. So let's see. How do I want to phrase this? A little bit tough. Along the coast, Corva discovered the solemn Muid, I think. Yeah. Who led her to, I guess, the location that would become known as the Springs of Muid. There we go. A letter to the location that will become known as the Springs of... Alright. So, what else is there? Drink some coconut juice. I'm hearing you, dude. I'm hearing you. It would be nice. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, fuck the fucking warm climate, dude. I just want it cold, right? So, fuck all that. Jesus Christ. We still don't have snow here. Holy shit, dude. Damn. Happy to be away from humidity, I'm telling you. Dude, how many fucking Canadians are in here now? Jesus. Too many. Too many of you. So we'll go with realizing the potential of this newfound land as a pivotal point, maybe, for their envisioned trade route. Decided to establish a settlement here. Yeah. Newfoundland. Yeah, there we go. Newfound land. Establish a settlement. Laying the foundations for what would become the city-state of Hilo. And yeah, let's just go like initially. Hilos was isolated, far from established trade routes. Its early days were marked by self-sufficiency and reliance on the few local resources available, including springs of Diormuid. There we go. So what else? The springs serving as a lifeline in these tough times. Not only did they provide physical sustenance, but in time they would also become a symbol of switching for past. Yeah, you're right. Fuck. Initially Hilos was isolated. Let's see. Not only providing physical sustenance, yeah, just keep typing. Don't listen to your grammar, please. Exactly. Yeah, because a lot of this is like thrown together. I'm trying to. Yeah, look at that as well. The springs serving as a lifeline in these tough times. Not only providing physical sustenance, but themselves becoming a symbol of assistance. And the will to thrive against all odds. So, Okay. Okay. So we kind of got like the origins down, right? You know, there's regarding contending myths regarding the founding. This was something I was actually talking about. You guys are saying maybe not founding, maybe it was like something else. The finding of Helos, the founding of Helos. What is the appropriate word there? I don't know. I'm not a genius. Establishing, founding. Yeah, they're contending myths regarding the founding of Helos. It's kind of like, you know, talk about founding myths. Yeah, founding. All right. Somebody said finding. I think it was Chris that said finding. Okay. So we got like the origins down, right? Contending myths, right? Some say that they were just fleeing a great beast. Some that they, you know, that it was foretold, right? And then the most likely, and I guess the most accepted reason is just ambition, right? This attempt to create, or, you know, craft a shorter trade route from the west to the east, right? So that's the kind of, yeah, kind of the basis for it all. How long ago was Helos founded? Roughly half century more ish. Definitely in the hundreds. See, definitely more like, I would say, how do we fucking decide this shit? Probably that like 6 generations, maybe like 5, 6 generations. 5 human generations. Yeah. 5 or 6 human generations is what I'd say. Okay. So that's the origin. Let's do the rise. Alright. So this is just bare minimum establishment stuff. We'll do heading 3 and then we'll do rise. So yeah, we've done one recently where we go for human generations. Yeah. As ever. Yeah, dude. Elves. Gross. Right? Yuck. Humans, yes. Everything else, lame. I'm just kidding. Actually, I want to take away this line because I want to use this in the rise. So, its early days were marked by... There we go. Human America orcs. Dude, we haven't even gotten started on the American orcs. Don't even... Just you wait, dude. When we get to that... Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. So, we'll say then... I want to use that line because I like it. So, initially, Helos was isolated, right? Positioned away the main trade routes between Locke and Karth. We'll say this isolation limited its opportunities for conventional trade and growth. The harsh and sparse environment around Helos compounded its challenges. Leading to a scarcity of resources crucial for the city-state's development and survival. They love bedposts. What? What in the hell? allegedly. Cass's award, they're all huge freaks, especially those bedrooms. They love bedposts, allegedly. What? Alright. Driven by necessity, Helos turned to piracy and raiding as a means to sustain itself. This shift was not just for survival. Let's ban this fucking idiot. How do I do this shit? Get on out of here. Okay. Milk has a bed fetish. Bed fetish. Okay. AB conversation. See your way out. For once the mods. Dude, I did it myself. They said Trill was a good boy. Jesus Christ. Dude, when I got that message, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, I read that first line, I was like, what the fuck is this person? Like, who the fuck is this? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay. Helos turned to piracy and raiding as a means to sustain itself. The shift was not just for survival, but also a strategic move to assert its presence and power. Yeah, Santa has presents for you. Jesus Christ. Krasny, another emerging city-state rich in resources, but lacking Helos naval prowess, became a primary target. This marked the beginning of a long-standing rivalry between the two city-states. Drawing on the seafaring legacy of its founder, Kurva, my god, Helos invested in building a formidable navy. It developed fast and maneuverable ships, ideal for hit and run tactics against merchant vessels and coastal settlements. Helosians became adept in naval combat, mastering the art of surprise attacks and swift retreats, which became a hallmark of their raiding strategy. So over time, Helos began to exert control over strategic maritime points, including narrow channels, hidden coves, using them as bases for its raiding operation. As Helos power grew, started to annex territory, particularly those that could serve as vantage points for its naval campaign. Then this all start with the 13 fleets. So what I wanted it to be is that essentially Helos is like the only major city port that actually allows the 13 fleets to dock, right? They're not necessarily directly connected. Oh, yeah, yeah. Naval combat, yeah. Well, it's really just like deciding, you know, people, I don't even know if it came from me directly. I just know that like people created more like history stuff to do with these locations, and it kind of built around that. Like Dukan was like the major navy of the, I guess, the west. And Helos is the major navy of the, well, Helos and Solarios is together the major navy of the east, right? That's kind of what we're deciding, or that's kind of what I decided. Yeah, we're gonna, yeah, so you need, you know, you need pirates, you need fucking all kinds of shit. Naval campaigns. Yeah, so true. Pirates are always necessary. Exactly. Helos drew on its warrior culture origins, but shifted focus towards the sea. Prowess at sea. Where, fuck, how do I want to draw this? Like, hero drew on its origin, its warrior culture origins, but shifted focus towards the, maybe shifted focus towards captaining ships, where prowess at sea and success, yeah, towards the oceans, yeah, towards the oceans. Yeah. Helos drew on its warrior culture origins, but shifted the focus towards the oceans, where prowess, maritime warfare, and success, maritime command, yeah, maybe that, maritime command, and success in raids were highly valued and celebrated. This led to a societal structure where the most successful raiders held significant influence. When I was a kid, I thought maritime and tea time were related. For the Brits, probably not a probably not a wrong statement. So raiding and piracy. Were not just military strategies, but held prominent influence. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Prominent influence. Prominent. Raiding and piracy not just military strategies, but became where is this line? Integral to Helos' identity, shaping its culture, economy, and social hierarchy. Let's see. This is the rise, though. Okay, so the wealth accumulated from raiding enriched Helos. allowing it to develop its infrastructure and further expeditions. Political structure within, or structure of Helos. It's kind of double dipping though. I don't know. Actually, nah, I guess technically not, right? The political structure of Helos became increasingly centered around its maritime interest, with leaders often being distinguished captains and raiders. Right. Yeah, because this is actually not the current time, this is the rise to the current time. So. And then, yeah, like, he was getting feared. Being both feared for its raiding capabilities and respected for its naval mastery. Reputation extended far beyond its immediate reach. The rivalry with Krasny intensified, marked by frequent clashes and deep-seated animosity, shaping much of Helos' military and diplomatic posture. Okay, so that's like the rise, right? So, you know, we know how it starts out isolated, far away from well, no, they're still very much into it, but this is just like this is like they're a little bit more sophisticated, I guess, at this point. But yeah, so with the rise we have like the initial isolation, right, far away from the main trade routes. Kind of forces them to, you know, start to knock down on you know, merchant vessels and coastal settlements from the south of it, right, and kind of take it all back up north to where it is. Yeah, kind of like, you know, this is kind of where it comes from, and then over time starting to kind of exert control, including narrow channels and hidden coves. So this, including narrow channels and hidden coves, I've completely changed the map around this area. Not a ton. I've just added a lot of like Mediterranean style islands off the coast of both like Helos and Solaris, and in the Gulf, or in the Gulf of Karth, I think, or the Bay of Karth, whichever one. Yeah, so the idea is that this, like, we're talking about Helos because it's the main one, but the idea is that other settlements would have settled in this area, right, on islands and such, right? But so when I say like began to exert control over strategic maritime points, it's actually talking about like other, you know, other location, like other settlements around them, you know, annexing territories, etc. Right? And then, you know, drawing on the warrior, like the Locke kind of warrior culture origins of a, you know, the Belimoir, but more focused towards the oceans, right? You know, maritime command, success, etc. Okay. So I wanted to break this down into 3 ways. Yeah. And finally, the evolution. So this is what we get into potentially, how the leadership style of Helos went from these single charismatic kind of leaders into what it is in the modern time. So, with the evolution, all right, 1 second. Sorry, I'm not meaning to get sidetracked here. Okay. All right, sorry. So, the idea that I had, for Helos is almost like a confederation, like, almost like a weird style of, like, clan, family-based, democracy, which is really, it's kind of weird to say. I hope maybe the shit I wrote down kind of gets the point across a bit better than like just trying to riff on it right now. But let me look through. I got all this shit written down, like all these fucking paragraphs, and I'm like, all right, this is the way I was doing it. Was like, I'm just writing singular paragraphs that I wanted to include in the idea of this location, and then just kind of build from there. So, okay, so, right. So I think the best way to start would be the shit you wrote on with lots of effort. That is a lot. Okay, so initially, I'm using this word a lot. Helos was governed solely by Kurva, or charismatic, and visionary leadership guided the city-state through its formative years. Under her rule, Helos established its foundational structures. Foundational structures and navigational prowess. Kurva's leadership marked by a combination of exploratory zeal and a pragmatic approach to the challenges of isolation and resource scarcity. Decisions were often unilateral, but aimed at the welfare and growth of Helos. So that's the set it off, right? But we need to get into what happens after this, right? So after Kurva's era, the need for a more sustainable and collective form of governance became apparent. Challenges of managing an expanding territory, right? Yeah, and diverse interests called for a more inclusive system. As Helos grew, its society. What was that? What do you mean? Oh, holy fuck, dude. Why the fuck is this not showing up? Oh shit. Sorry. I'm really sorry I missed that. The whole fucking thing. Jesus Christ. Let me see. What the fuck, man? Hey, I'm real sorry, guys. Dude, I knew something was fucked up when when let's see. Alright, I think I can see it here. Sorry. Alright. Jeez. So, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Yeah, wow, I've been a good girl this year. Yeah, I'm hey, you guys are crazy, you know. Um wow, I appreciate it. It's yeah, I don't even know what to say, dude. You guys have been amazing. I've loved playing with you guys through this year. You know, I look forward to another year. Yeah. Yeah, I knew when match followed that and nothing was happening, I knew this was like fucked. I knew no follows would come up. I knew fucking, you know, I just knew this whole thing would. I was like, I think it's working again. I did the test, right? You know, hey, maybe it'll work now, you know? Fucked up. But yeah. Crazy. Ice, man. Dude, you haven't even been around and fucking out of nowhere. I appreciate it, dude. Nick, absolutely, you know. From Sniper. Chris. Trill, you have been a good girl this year. Happy Christmas. Cheers for another year of anxiety and confusion. Hey, man, I appreciate it. You know, thank you for running a campaign, you know, like putting your effort, time, right? All of that into doing something for the community, right? Like, it was a great time. I look forward to many more. Milk, you've been a good girl this year. Here's to having lots more fun. Thanks for everything. Thank you for everything. This is, yeah, absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's, yeah, you guys are wild, absolutely wild. Dawn, you've been a good girl this year. Happy holidays to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys are I don't even know how to like respond to this. You guys are fucking crazy. You know, I appreciate you all. It's been a blast having you all around. You know, being able to play these games with you guys, run these campaigns, build this world together, like all of it's been extremely fun, you know. So I more than appreciate it. It's been a yeah. Hey, well, you know, I appreciate you guys. Okay. For all the lorgasms and slightly for our unhinged moments. Yeah. Buy a custom shirt that says I give the best lorgasms. You know, I'll do a design mock-up. Yeah, I can't wait to pick that one up from the store, you know. Yeah, yeah, sincerely, yeah, like, you know, happy holidays everybody, you know. It's been yeah, great. I appreciate you all. And yeah, I feel, you know, it warms my my cold heart, you know, to yeah. So crazy. Where to pick up a kid if you take him to school? It'll be a couple years, I think, but you know, a custom shirt. I take it unhinged. Yeah. Your swinging brick. You know, I had this idea that the term unhinged seems extreme would be good for a t-shirt in my opinion. Yeah, the term yeah, the term unhinged seems extreme as a t-shirt. Yeah, that might not be bad. Yeah. Yeah, just a bunch of fucked up, right? Ekros merch, my wife just got a cricket. Yeah, I'll set up a shop. Yeah. I had this idea. I was thinking like, I don't really ever like kind of do much for myself for Christmas. Right, like a lot of reasons. That's probably like not to get into, but in any case, uh, fuck, what did I want to say? Buy yourself something easier. Yeah. I had this idea, like, I think it'd be really cool to Ekros Ultimate Surrender. Yeah, shut the fuck. I thought it'd be cool to, like, I don't know, try to get like one of the flags, like one of the, maybe like the Dukon flag, like get it like actually made, right? Like hang that up. I thought that might be like pretty cool. I've also been thinking, like, maybe, and then burn it. Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit, you know, just for flavor, but like, you know, just keep it like, yeah. Dude, burning flags at this time, you guys are stepping on some toes, man. You're stepping on some politically incorrect toes, right? So I'm just kidding. I don't want to. I like the Dukon flag. We represent. I'd like the Dukon flag. We represent Dukon? Or do you mean to represent Dukon, I assume? Yeah, I mean, okay. Dukon's flag has to be scorched for realism. Yeah, like a controlled burn, right? I mean, I'd like the Dukon flag, period. We represent Dukon. Is that what you're thinking? Is that was the way the sentence was kind of meant to be structured? Yeah, like yeah, maybe like a controlled burn, right? But yeah. You know what's actually kind of crazy is that initially, like, Dukon is actually based on a city that I ran a lot of my campaigns in before starting streaming, before starting the Discord or anything. Dukon was based on and had like a lot of the history of this old city, and I didn't carry that over because I didn't want to. It was the same, like, in my mind though, like the flag, right? The flag being like gold and black, you know, like the history with the dragon and all that stuff. All of that is based on old campaigns, right? Very fleshed out. But I never brought that into the setting because the goal was, hey, let's, you know, the initial goal was like, let's have everybody have an opportunity to make something here. And yeah. Next word, funeral rite. Trap the attendees in a bonfire. It's the only way to be sure. Yeah, yeah. Next word, funeral rite. Burn their flag. Buy me dinner first. I just bought Trill dinner. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah. Yeah, I didn't bring that stuff over, even though I thought it was quite good. Yeah. And I just left it as it is. But, you know, it kind of happened at the last one, in a sense. Yeah, in a manner of speaking, as they say. Certainly happened something like that. At the last ward funeral. Yeah. Sorry for crashing the gloating. No, dude. Yeah, right? Dude, Ram's not even here. I don't even get to rub all this great lore right in his fucking face. Too many sly comments. This guy hyper focuses on one location in the setting. Hell no. No, we're not going down like that, dude. We're not going down like that. Puking and crying at the thought, yeah. Dude, we're only halfway through it. Fuck. Unless everybody's like, let's just get the fuck out of here, then I guess nobody learns about Solarius, right? But yeah, so you'll be in to donate $500 later. It's You said I'd be happy at this stream, so you better keep going. I said there's a chance. Yeah. Holding his willy. Yeah, yeah. Every Englishman has a number of willies. And they hold them all very tightly. Yeah, 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 yeah. that's a Discord only reference. You know? Fucking. Yeah, it was. I think the wellies is the actual term. It's like, what do English people call their boots? And there was something like willies, wellies, all kinds of shit. Hell yeah, dude. You're gonna be like, hell yeah. Alright. I appreciate everything, guys. You know, more than appreciative. I'm looking forward to this new year. And running games with you all, man. I think it's gonna be great. You know. So yeah. yeah. Cap asked the question. Ram took it too far and it got turned around. That's exactly what happened. You got fucking. He was like, "Oh no, dude." You can. I think you can actually see it. Let's see. I think he genuinely makes a statement where he's like, "Oh fuck." Let's see. See if we can find this shit. Here it is, dude. Actually, I think I set it off, right? Let's see. I thought you said they're called wankies. It's an English theme. The commonly accepted word is willies. Yeah, Callum. You mean my wallies? No, I rarely wear wallies. We call them willies down south. That's what Ram said. And I said, Ram told me after a long day outside, he loves to get home and rub his willies clean. And then he goes, only if they're dirty. Can't have a dirty willy. I think Callum says he specifically targets people wearing willies and takes the willies back home for his collection. Willy watching Ram, as they say. One of the fabled Willy watchers. Ekros NPC villain incoming. Mike the Willy Snatcher. The Willy Gripper. And of course, each new edition gets a complimentary polishing. Yeah, this is our unhinged moment, I guess. And then Ram goes, I should have never said anything. More fool me trying to dunk on Cap. There we go. Yeah. All right. You got willies and fannies this week. Yeah, fannies was another question, right? Fannies. All right. Again, all the donations, the tips and everything, I genuinely appreciate you guys more than you know. And I'm absolutely looking forward to this next year. All the games we'll play, all the kind of crazy shit that we'll run into, the unhinged moments we've got coming in the future, right? Whether they be Chris, myself, Beef, Milk, Dawn. At this point, dude, at this point I think Dawn is like low-key like one of the more unhinged people, but he kind of just floats under the radar. Like, I think Dawn is up there, man. I think Dawn is like Dawn's one of those you gotta watch out, man. This guy's fucking this guy's saying some shit. It's just so yeah. So yeah. In any case, thank you all, and let's let's try to knock this out. You know, Trill's the one who doesn't know. Yeah. I just read quietly and choose my moments. Yeah, it's always like the freaky deaky Dutch, dude. That's what it is, dude. It's these freaky deaky Dutch. There's only Oh fuck, I gotta drink some water. My fucking voice cracked like a little kid. Okay. The freaky deaky Dutch. There's only two things I can't stand in this world, right? People who are intolerant of other people's culture, and the Dutch. So, the freaky deaky Dutch. Nick's like, oh wait, fuck. Paired yourself up, dude. You set that one up. Alright. We'll take over the world again at some point. Indeed. Okay. There's an OE server, and only Ekros. I'm not even in this fucking server. Just so you know. Yeah, there's an only Ekros server. Like OnlyFans. It's where they post. I don't really know entirely. I did refuse, yeah. It's a little too secret club for me, you know? I'd rather the insanity that goes on, if it's related to Ekros at all, be held in the tavern, you know? But it's all good. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to get through this shit. Yeah, only Ekros fan server. There we go. Thank you so much, Nick. Hope you have a good holidays. Hope you enjoy everything. Yeah. More than anything. Thank you, dude. And look forward to this next year and everything. Secret handshakes. Yeah. Not stopping at the feather, but going onto the whole chicken. Chow chow. Indeed, indeed. I feel like the kid at the kids' table, just watching the adults at the grown-up table argue and shout. Yeah. Yeah. And that's without politics and any of that stuff. Just wait till we get into some of our personal ideologues? Or is an ideologue a person? An ideologue is a person who spreads an ideal, right? Am I mistaken on that? Yeah. Yeah, ideologies. Yeah. Yeah, an ideologue is a person who spreads an ideology. Right, that's what it is. We don't do that here, right? Yeah, not yet. I had a great idea with beef. But I don't know if we'll ever do that shit. Some real dude, the fucking. So I was talking about personal politics and stuff like that, and then I said, well, then Chris said we don't do that stuff here, right? And I said not yet. And then I said, I think I had a truly unhinged moment, talking in DMs with Beef about what I was gonna add to Ekros. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, we all have our moments, right? I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna to expand. Yeah. Kept trying to bait me on this stuff in mod, yeah. 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 There we go. I just wrote it out to you. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this fucking sentence finished at least, yeah? Okay. Yeah, yeah, probably best not to talk about that on stream. Yeah, it's a very sensitive topic right now, obviously. So yeah. Not good. As Helos grew, right? Let's get back into the lore here, please, right? You know. No more of this side conversation. So let's get back to the lore talk, you know? the stuff that actually matters, right? We'll say it's society naturally segmented. Jesus, dude. Mats was here this whole time. He was like, what the fuck did the society do? Right? This whole fucking time. Mats is like, as Helos grew, the society did what? Please. Well, yeah. Just, can you please tell me? Naturally segmented into clans. These clans were initially based on familial lines, but later evolved to include groups bound by common interests, right? Such as, I don't know, like what? Like fucking trade, naval exploits, territorial control, right? Something like that. So the idea is that out of Helos comes these, you know, secondary, I guess you would call it like city-states, right? Like villages, settlements all around. But because this area is a bit more Mediterranean style, right? A lot of this is island. A lot of this is, you know, kind of spread out, rather than all in like this one, you know, solid continent, I guess you could say. This region, right? It's more water-based. They kind of have a bit more independence. But Helos is like the main player that is kind of, you know, after kind of settling itself, you know, started to kind of spread the, you know, the tendrils, I guess you could say, across the rest of the region. Yeah. So, from here, oh right. So from here, this is where I kind of brought in the idea of like the confederated like city clans. Confederated clan. Wow, that sounds really fucked up, right? For all the Americans out there, yeah? Okay. Maybe that's not the best way to phrase this. The confederated clan. Right? That sounds a little, you know. Depends on if they have the classic flag. They all speak with mildly southern accents. Like, what the fuck? No. Well, I guess it's less of yeah, we will Helos rise again. No. It's more of like a confederated system, like a federation, right? It feels like a combination of the Confederates and the KKK. Yeah, appellations, right? Yeah, I don't know how to do those clans and alliances. Yeah, not that inherently different. Yeah, but so I should say that this is not technically the whole thing, right? There's a better way I'm gonna write this out, but that's kind of the idea. If you know what a confederation is, and then you know that these city-states are kind of like city-clan states, right? So that's kind of like the idea. To give you insight before I write up the next part, right? So, Helos developed a system. My new jacket arrived. Nice. Dude, Beef just sent me a picture of Keel with the no, I'm just kidding. With the Confederate flag. What the fuck? What is it? What is the name of that fucking thing? Dude, imagine. What's the name of that fucking flag? The what's the dress? Okay. It has a name, but I can't fucking. God damn, dude. Yeah, I can't remember the name, but it's the Civil War flag. I think they call it like the. I don't know the name for it. Whatever. The battle flag, the funny one. Okay. The one that looks strangely British, right? In a sense. Dude, the jacket looks nice though, you know? Yeah, but it has a name. The racist one. It's not the Union Jack. No, the Union Jack is the UK one. But yeah, there's a name for the Confederate flag. I just don't know it. So Helios. So getting away from this weird topic. No, yeah. All right, so Helios, sorry, developed a system where each clan representing a segment of the city-state or subject territory representing a segment of the city-state or a subject territory, sorry, had a say in governance. This confederation allowed for a degree of autonomy within a unified framework. So that's kind of how they work, right? Essentially, a confederation is like a group that has, they're basically all just like an alliance or kind of like a league, right? Confederation is like another word or kind of like a similar word, right? It's like a union of city-states or, you know, something with like power, like political power, like, you know, yeah. So we're removing the association, yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ. You know, in framework. So the leading figures of each clan formed a council, which was responsible for making decisions that affected the city-state as a whole. So, fuck, man. Stars and bars, the stainless with a bloodstained banner. Okay, yeah, that's not it. I guess the stars and bars. I always thought the stars and bars was the American flag. I thought that was a term for the American flag. But whatever. I thought it had like a funny name, but I guess I'm wrong. Maybe I was just thinking of the UK, the Union Jack one. In any case. Yeah, stars and stripes, but it's also like like stars and bars is like a nickname for it. Like an unofficial, like stars and stripes is more of like the official way to refer to the US flag. Stars and bars is like is like another way of saying the same thing. Or the Confederates were very good at tricking people into thinking that was the case, right? And now a bunch of people say something that's military slang. Yeah. So we'll say in addition to the clan system, it was also incorporated assemblies, right? Assemblies where free citizens could voice their opinions and vote on certain matters. The dual system of clan council and popular assembly ensured that while the clans had significant power, the general populace also had a platform for participation and influence, especially in matters of social welfare and internal policies. When I say internal policies, I mean the city-state itself, right? Yeah. Okay. Um. So we kind of already know it's a militaristic society, but I think. Why did I write this out? Okay. Says Helos focus on raiding and naval power. Screw. Military achievements began to play a crucial role in political influence. Maybe I wrote this already. It feels like I already wrote this. Successful raiders and naval commanders often rose to prominent positions. Oh, right. Sorry. In the clan council. It sounds like I'm writing the same thing, but it's actually kind of like an extrapolation of a previous thing and how it now applies to the current system. Sorry. The political system itself began to emphasize military training and education, with young Helosians groomed for both combat and leadership, ensuring a continuous line of skilled and capable leaders. Better fix the leak then, dude. Okay. Is this Mario music in the background? It says full sense or something. Yeah, let's switch it up. Maybe they just stopped caring about what was next. Yeah, this person just stopped writing. There we go. Know how to build strong text. Dude, the minute and a half ads, I don't know, man. It's automatic. I don't even have an opportunity to adjust it, unfortunately. I wanted to just make it so that there's no ads, because it's kind of a pain in the ass. It kind of sucks. But I couldn't, unfortunately. They've got it now built in, so it's on a slider. Yeah, you can't get rid of them. Nothing, dude. Fuck. Okay. And then to cap this off, we'll say that the political system of Helos evolved to be stable yet adaptable, capable of handling internal challenges and external threats. It balanced the martial legacy of Kurva with the democratic aspirations of its citizens. The political structure continues to evolve, shaped by ongoing challenges, external relations, especially with Solarius, and the changing dynamics of the region. Boom. That's where we're at. So, it's not apparent just yet, but I've essentially taken a lot of influence from the Peloponnesian Wars with Athens and Sparta. In this instance, a more raiding, more kind of Viking-ish style with the it's kind of been the focus of what Helos is. Yeah. So, I guess the picture that I want to paint of the city itself, or the city-state of Helos itself, like the direct city-state, it's not I think there was initially this like idea, or I guess I should say, I should, the idea that like because piracy was loud, this place was like just a shithole. And I think I even might have said that in the Discord, like this place just fucking sucks because it has no resources. But I went back on that, obviously. It's not that it has no resources, it's that it's more limited in what resources are available. So it doesn't have like everything you need, it's got like half of everything you need. And so they go out and they plundered, or they plunder, right? They go out and they draw, right? But yeah, maybe the inlands are more limited in resources, but the coast is just bejeweled because of all the plunder. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe I can show the map. Nah, fuck that. I'll just show it later. I'm thinking of kind of like Australia. Yeah, and that's kind of the idea is that Helos is kind of more of like a like in that sense, it's kind of more of like the Thalassocracy. Is it the Thalassocracy? Thalassocracy. Yeah. So a state whose power derives from its naval or commercial supremacy on the seas. The Thalassocracy. So it tends to have that there's, like, if you were to look at the Thalassocracy's Jesus Christ. They have a crap ton of dairy, but they are all lactose intolerant. Yeah, thank you, dude. No, but what they'll actually look is almost like a thin strip along the coast. That is the area that they'll control, because they'll control the cities and the villages and all the different harbors and docks that exist along the coast, but they won't push further inland, right? So that's the idea of Helos as well. They don't necessarily push further inland. They kind of keep to the sea. All right. So with that taken care of, I've got some other stuff. I got some fluff stuff like legendary figures, mythological figures, right? But maybe we'll save that for later. Yeah, coast is also the most inhabitable. Beyond that strip is a harsh desert landscape, at least by the map. Yeah, the map is a little bit burned out. Not to the entire intent. It's supposed to be kind of like, I mean, to be honest, it's supposed to be kind of like Greece, right? Like a bit more of a desert, not desert, but I guess arid. I don't know. Would you consider? I don't know. Q loves boats. Nice. Okay. Yeah, harsh scrub. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Harsh scrub. Okay. So let's get into the second city state. Solarios. Yeah, so what's exactly? Yeah. Let's get into it. So in my idea, or in my mind, I guess, Solarios is more of the Athens to Helos's Sparta, right? But in this situation, they're not enemies like the Peloponnesian War. It's almost like, imagine if Athens and Sparta had just directly teamed up and each did what they were best at in order to help each other. Yeah, we're not enemies yet, right? Like, far from it, because right now the main figure, the main enemy in the area is Krasny, right? So we'll do the same with this origins. All right, we'll go through each one. So, okay. So the founders of Solarius were a group of Helosians who sought a different path. The music is scary as shit now. Nice. I'm gonna best of luck finishing off. All right, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. You know, I appreciate you so much, dude. Have a good one. Have a good holiday and everything. Hope everything, you know, and we will. Yeah, have a good one, buddy. All right. Right. Oh, so the founders of Solarius were a group of Helosians who sought a different path. Music's pretty mournful, which is nice. Nice. I put like calming winter video game music. So. Let's see, what we're at now is Secunda from Skyrim. Okay. So, dissatisfied with the increasing focus on raiding, piracy, and military conquest in Helos, they, and maybe this is more the focus rather than Helos, for beef, right? For Keel, right? They envisioned a society based on trade, knowledge, and diplomacy, led by a I don't know if I want to do it. Led by a group, let's say, of dissidents. These Helosians embarked on a journey to find a new land where they could establish a city-state that reflected their ideals. This exodus was peaceful, more a divergence of paths than a conflict. So, you know what the nicest thing to do in Skyrim is? Get your archery up, but then when you can one-shot animals and stuff, go hunting in the woods. I used to spend hours just like calmly wandering around the forest, surrounding Riften, hunting deer. Yeah, you turned it into a hunting game. Big buck beef. The settlers, we'll say, chose a location that, while not initially advantageous for trade, offered potential for growth and development. This site was selected for its natural beauty, resources, and strategic position. From its inception, Solarius was built on principles contrasting those of Helos: cooperation, intellectual pursuit, and peaceful coexistence. Alright. Early in its history, this is where I think it gets a bit interesting. The settlers of Solarius discovered the Lavrintos Eoraton. A legendary and enigmatic maze hidden beneath the city. Its entrance visible only under specific lunar condition. Added a layer of mystery and an allure to the city. Lavrintos became a central element of Solarios' mythology and cultural identity. It was believed to be a place of great power, linked to the origins of the veil touched on the continent. We'll say on nights with specific lunar alignment, peculiar phenomena were reported. From the appearance of ethereal creatures to the unlocking of hidden knowledge and power. These events were woven into the city's folklore and traditions. Influenced by the Labyrinthos. Solarios developed a keen interest in arcane knowledge, astrology, and the study of the veil. It attracted scholars, mages, and those curious about the mysteries of the universe. Mysteries. Universe is probably not a good word for this. Mysteries of the world, right? Universe. Yeah, fuck all that. That's what you get at fucking 3 a.m., right? Mysteries of the known world. Mysteries of Ekros, right? The mysteries of Ekros. That might be pretty. Mysteries of the known world. Mysteries of Ekros. Yeah, maybe putting like a cap on like mysteries of the world, right? The world itself. Yeah. Okay. Ekros itself. Yeah, Ekros itself. Unlike Helos. Solarios expanded through trade, alliances, and cultural exchange. Its strategic location, and I think I'm going to change this on the map as well, eventually became a hub for scholars and merchants from various lands. Where we use this fucking veil touch, right? I'm not crazy. Let's go ancestry. Veil touch. Okay. I was so tired. I wrote veil blood, like a lot. The veil blooded, which may be cooler. I don't know. Veil touch is cool though. I like both. Touch by the veil. Yeah. Either way. Yeah, there was a bunch of terms. Me being super tired, I wrote veil blood, but we'll go with veil touch for this entry. Veil blessed was one too. Yeah. If you were positive on, yeah. So, the legend of the first veil touched. Born in the Laberintos. Yeah, it might have been because the original plug. Yeah, that's what it was. Elder Blood. Yeah, you're right. On a moonless. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Starless. No, this is me taking direct from you. Starless Night became a cornerstone of the Solarios mythology. It symbolized a deep connection to the mystical and unknown. This connection to the veil touched. Yeah, unfortunately, I think, yeah. Sign up, dude. It's a Saturday. Nah. I'm sure life has gotcha. But just in case, we haven't locked in anybody. Yeah. I'm on EST. Yeah, the games will be at 2 p.m. EST on Saturday. Yeah, afternoon. Yeah. Rough for the schedule if you got things going on. You know? Dude, Saturday's like the fun day. Man. Saturday's the, you know? Yeah, do you have like a life? How dare you, dude? How dare you, actually? Right? Nah. This connection to the veil touched. Kiddo act, yeah, house cleaning, yeah, the norm. I don't set the schedule. Yeah. Teach the kids to clean, right? Yeah. Yeah. You guys are going to knock that shit out, not me. Influenced the city's traditions, practices, and even its political decisions. Political. Was respected. I'll say is respected. Feared. I don't know. Was. I don't know. I don't really care. Let me read those. Maybe we don't even need to do that. The last line. It's not that important. Okay. So we got the origins down, right? Basically, they wanted to, yeah, they weren't with the idea of military conquest and expansion. They thought we could rough it out and figure out another way to get it done. It's a peaceful exodus, right? They're not like killed for leaving, right? They're allowed to go, no problem. They go out, they settle in this location for other reasons, but eventually through discovery, find the Laberintos. For me, the Laberintos is like the forever dungeon that exists underneath Solarios. Like, it might be the place, if I ever were, it might be like the dungeon delving Quest March game, right? Like where if we got people, like, boom, we're taking a dive, and like it's a specific game style where people just like, you're just exploring this insane, supremely deep under earth, right? The idea is that they don't even know how deep the maze goes, right? They have no idea how. It's called a maze or a labyrinth, right? But what it really is just, yeah, an intense, you know. Actually, I took the idea, if anybody here has played Bloodborne, I took the idea of the I would say my idea of the Laberintos, I guess, is heavily based on the Chalice dungeons which are let's see, Chalice Dungeon. So in Bloodborne, the Chalice Dungeons was essentially like this this vast underground ruins beneath the city. Yeah. And it had like they were all like procedurally generated, so like every single one was quite different in a lot of ways. And that's like the idea, right? So Chalice Dungeon is a cool name, but yeah, like a Lavrintos, you know, a labyrinth delver or something like that could be a cool way to refer to the people who come to this region specifically to dive into the Lavrintos, trying to find, you know, ancient and all kinds of crazy shit. So that's the idea for that area. Right. But yeah, the idea that yeah, like Solarius can kind of be like a cool, yeah, former Labyrinth Delver character could be cool. Yeah, retired. Yeah, the shit I saw down there, right? Like that's the, you know, that's the idea. Like, oh fuck, the things, you know, I will never step foot back into the labyrinth. Yeah, you'd have cartographers, delvers, expeditioners. Yeah, like, you know, yeah, and yeah, I like how Solarius can be kind of a cool and odd, mysterious place as opposed to the hierarchical military style of Helos. Yeah, and I think once we get through Solarius, it's been 2 hours, but once we get through this, there's one last key thing that ties these two places together, right? Yeah, we took a 20-minute break to wish you Crimbus. It's only 1.5 hours. Indeed, indeed. And it's political decision. Right, so that's the riot. That's the origin, right? So let's do 93. Let's do rise. So this is the founding, and let's get on to this. So, capitalizing on its geographic position, Solarius established itself as a vital link in the trade routes between various lands. Its ports became bustling centers. Yeah, dude, I was gonna see if you're gonna pick up on it. Its ports became bustling centers of commerce. Not as good as Final Fantasy VII. No, I'm just kidding. Commerce, attracting traders from far and wide. Alongside its economic growth, Solarius experienced a cultural renaissance. Traders from far, I don't know if from far and wide, from all around the region, I guess, around is a better way to put that, because, yeah. Alongside economic growth, Solarius experienced a cultural renaissance. Actually, from no, yeah, attracting traders from all around the region is better. A cultural renaissance. Though my people being the inspiration for the more barbaric city is, dude. I mean, hey, in doing my research for this, I went super hard on the Peloponnesian Wars, and yeah, it's not that actually it's not that they're barbaric, it's just that their focus is military, right? Yeah, the Spartans were just militaristic, right? Yeah, they're not really barbaric. It's more like they're like you know, well, I mean, I guess if you say barbaric in the sense that they're like raiders, and I guess that comes from it. But actually, that part, the raiding and the piracy and all that stuff, actually really comes from like the human side of it, the lock part of it, right? If anything, them becoming like a better, a better version of that is kind of their evolution, rather than just becoming like, rather than staying as like raiders, right? I'm just messing around. No, dude. Don't you ever call me out. Don't you ever. Ever. So it became renowned. Let's jump back into this, right? For its libraries. Yeah, like libraries, universities, and artistic communities, maybe? Drawing scholars, artists, and philosophers from across the continent. Yeah. You'd even have the, I think I've said it before, but Karth is extremely, I don't want to say apprehensive, but very caged off when it comes to the thread, right? So that's a big part of it. Okay. Solarius Rise to Power was marked by its skillful diplomacy. The city-state formed alliances and trade pacts, ensuring its growth and security without the need for conquest. Solarius often played the role of mediator in regional disputes, earning a reputation as a place where conflicts could be resolved peacefully. This further enhanced its status and influence. The mysteries of the fueled an intense interest in arcane studies. Solaris became a center for research into the Veil. Wait, did I say this shit fine? I'm going back up and reading really quick. Okay, no. Let's study the Veil. Solarius, okay, and then, okay, yeah. Yeah, you'd have rich and bored dilettantes from Alisard, yeah, folks from Valdirus, magical spies from Krasny. Definitely not cultists from Karth, who all want to discover and learn at Solarius. Indeed. Yeah, so the origin is that it's them as a city, and the rise is other people coming specifically for research into the Veil, right? That's the intense research into the Veil. Attracting mages and scholars dedicated to understanding these mystical forces. We'll say this focus on the arcane not only deepened the city's knowledge, but also led to practical advancement in magic, which were used to enhance trade, communication, and life in Solarius. So they can be mega concerned about Almas, right? My response to that is, who do you think put the shroud over Almas at first, and then that the job squad destroyed? So it's fucking... Yes. Is in Almus a ghost town? Oh, I actually missed it. So in the last cycle of games, or in the last game I ran, it's the Job Squad campaign. We changed it up a bit. Instead of a ghost town, Almus was a city that was essentially quarantined or blockaded on all sides by all powerful figures in the region. Essentially, maybe quarantine is not the word. Quarantine is like to do with sickness, right? Like blockaded, I guess, is a better term. Almus was blockaded in. The reason for this is the thought, magical blockade or siege, a bit of both. Like a genuine, like they build walls. If anybody comes out through those walls, they're instantly killed. They've got a ship blockade to stop people from coming in and out through the sea, right? The only way in and out is being smuggled, but okay. So we changed it so that rather than, yeah, can't believe I missed build the wall in Ekros. Yeah. So rather than just a ghost town, Almus was essentially if you've seen like Escape from New York or Escape from Los Angeles, right? That's the inspiration. Or if you ever played the game The Division, right? Essentially, I mean, meta-wise, I'll just tell you, there is a rift in the veil, open at all times. And Almus was previously blocked off. There was a huge magical barrier keeping everything inside. The Job Squad campaign broke that barrier, and now things that were not in Ekros before are now in Ekros widely. Well, maybe not widely, but spreading into, right? Yeah, and this could be like this could be where genuine like celestials and devils come from. That was the idea, right? As amongst other things. But this is like it's almost like, imagine if in the real world a rift opened that was like open to both heaven and hell, and then, you know, mythological things from heaven and hell started bursting into the world. That's kind of what you got. And I do say celestial pointedly for anybody who remembers the first round of campaigns, or the second, I guess, and the celestial elf that destroyed Dukan. You know, yeah, cool. The solar elf, yeah. You know, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, etc., etc. Okay. Life and slaughter. Okay. Economic innovations. I really want to include this. Yeah, fuck it. Plus introduced innovative economic practices. Including a standardized trade agreement and a stable currency system, which facilitated easier and more efficient trade. The wealth generated from trade was reinvested into the city, sponsoring artistic endeavors, scientific research. Scientific research, maybe like magical research? I don't know. We'll just say research. I don't want to fucking put a name on it. Research. And public works. Further beautifying the city and enhancing its residents' quality of life. Okay. sorry about that. Yeah, and we don't really have to touch on the rest of the stuff that I wrote down because I kind of just wrapped back around on some things, right? Essentially, the contrast with Helos, right? While Helos expanded through raiding and military might, Solarius focused on his power through kind of commerce, diplomacy, and knowledge specifically, right? Avoiding direct military confrontations, instead kind of using the economic and cultural influence to kind of achieve its more potent objectives. But, despite their differences, Solarius and Helos found themselves in a complex interdependent relationship, where the strengths of one complemented the needs of the other. So, now we have the context for both of these city-states. We have, we have where Helos started, how it got to power, and then the evolution and how it stayed. Solarius being much younger, we have the origins, right? How it got started, and basically how it got to where it is now. So, last, we have the Twin Cities, I should say, right? Necessity and innovation. So, this is the part that I think is probably the most interesting of this. At least it's, in my opinion, it is. Origins here. So, thinking of a they fight crime setup, yeah, with a ranger raider from Helos and a magical investigator. I guess they do crime would also work. Yeah, they could go both directions here. Yeah, the origins. So, right. For a long period, Helos and Solarius existed in a state of mutual suspicion and occasional minor conflict, primarily due to their contrasting ideologies, as we figured out before, and methods. Helos, with its focus on military might and raiding, often clashed with Solarius and surrounding. Actually, often clashed with Solarius. We'll say like a hub of trade, knowledge, and democracy, and surrounding regions, right? Despite their differences, economic and cultural exchanges between the two city-states began to increase. Traders from Solarius ventured into Helos for exotic goods, while Helos relied on Solarius for access to broader trade networks. And by broader trade networks actually means like targets, right? And intellectual resources. So that's like the origin-ish. What we'll do here now is do catalyst for change, right? Okay, and then let's see. Okay. Sorry. Uh, I'm just going over my notes on how best to put this together. Okay. The catalyst for change. Right. Um. So, in a period marked by the rising power of Krasny, a city-state ambitious to dominate the region entirely, Helos and Solarios found themselves at a crossroads. Their mutual independence threatened, and old rivalries must be set aside for greater challenge. So, this crisis, we'll say, as Krasny pushed, they're delving the dungeon to find the long lost safe word. Jesus Christ, guys! As Krasny pushed into the region, this occurrence forced Helos and Solarios to cooperate for their mutual survival. Highlighting a need for a unified front. Within each city-state, there were factions advocating for closer ties. In Helos, some recognized the benefits of Solarios' trade, diplomacy, and military. Well, alright, man. Have a going, dude. It was good to see you again. I appreciate everything. Like I said, hope to see you around more often. I know you've been doing a lot of stuff, so maybe we'll get you around. Even if it's just throwing in world building ideas and shit like that. But appreciate you hanging out, man. Hope you have a going, dude. Have a good holidays. Hope everybody, your whole family, everybody's does well and enjoys it. Yeah, stop by. We miss you. Exactly. Diplomacy and benefits of trade, diplomacy, and military. I think they have mostly because of their research and stuff. Yeah. We'll just do trade and diplomacy. Because I can't figure out how to phrase what I want to say there. While in Solarios, voices called for a stronger defensive posture, acknowledging Helos' military prowess. Proposal for twin leadership. Influential leaders from both Helos and Solarios, including descendants of their legendary proposed a radical solution to ensure lasting and mutual prosperity. A joint leadership mechanism. proposal faced skepticism and resistance from traditionalists in both cities. Lengthy negotiations ensued where the terms of this unique partnership were debated and shaped. Okay. So we got the proposal down, and then yeah, we just have the establishment, and we're done, I think. We've almost made it to the finish line. Establishment of the Twin City data system. A historic agreement was reached, formalizing the Twin City. Well, I need a better term for this. I kept like Twin City leadership mechanism is what I kept writing, but I can't. I need to do something a bit better than that. Like, we'll say formalizing the Twin Cities leadership. The system allowed for each city-state to lead the region alternatively. Diarchy? Maybe that's it. What's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. The twin diarchy system? Maybe? Twin diarchy? Led the region alternatively, ensuring that both military strength and diplomatic acumen were utilized effectively. Let's see. There we go. So the idea is the way this works is well, actually we'll just do the establishment and then I'll just write down what the twin diarchy is. Have a good one, Beef. Appreciate you hanging out. Thank you so much. I look forward to everything in the future. I'm still here, but I might legitimately fall asleep. Dude, that's how boring I am, bro. No, yeah. So, this is important to my lore, dude. I gotta get it. Yeah, we'll knock it out. We'll utilize effectively. Yeah, we'll just say like joint councils and public assemblies were formed to facilitate cooperation and address affecting both city-states. These bodies helped to iron out the differences and implement unified policies when needed. Cultural and educational exchange programs were initiated to foster mutual, well, I don't know if that's necessary because they're all, yeah, whatever. Hello all, long-time player DM watching others before streaming my own world-building scheme on Twitch. Hey, nice to have you, Wally 1970 Tanker. How you doing, dude? Yeah, we are just hanging out, doing some little holiday hanging out. I'm establishing a new region in my setting, So we're kind of just, you know, having some fun. So okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll just end it there. I don't think cultural and because they're already culturally the same. Okay. I guess this would be like how we'll say the twin diarchy. This will just be like how it worked. So when one city-state is voted into power, they are granted a fixed period of leadership lasting 6 months. During this time, they hold undisputed control over the regional policies and direction. At the end of the 6-month term, the region enters a transition phase where the leadership is re-evaluated through a voting process. After the 6-month term, citizens from both city-states and their allied territories begin voting to decide if they wish to continue with the current leadership or switch to the other city-state. If citizens vote to retain the current city-state in power, subsequent votes are held on a weekly basis to reassess this decision. This continuing You're talking about using 2 monarchs at one time, using influence through a semi-democratic majority rule for making the choices for the realm. Yeah, for the region. It's based on the Peloponnesian War, so we essentially have like a Spartan-style state and an Athenian-style state. But rather than bitter rivals or anything like that, imagine that these two join together, the Peloponnesian and the whatever league, I forgot what the Athenian group is called. Imagine the Delian League, whatever. Imagine if they join forces to combat a external threat, right? So that's kind of like the way it's meant to be. And these two city-states are essentially the same culture already, just, you know, rising powers in different parts of the land, right? To reassess this decision, we'll say that this continuous voting process remains in effect until there is a shift in preference towards the other city-state. So potential for internal faction. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that is the twin diarchy. Right. Holy shit, man. That was a fucking long stream. Or it felt long. I guess it's not that long. But yeah. Not two monarchs. So the Spartan, yeah, only 2.5 hours. Yeah. So with each monarch is for the greater good. With nobles, use their influence for, yeah. So you could have so much turmoil and espionage and political backstabbing within the royal court to brew a hell of a story. Yeah, absolutely, right. At this point, it's probably not the case. I mean, there's definitely some finagling, but the way it works is almost like the Spartan fuck, there's a term for the word I'm thinking of. The Spartan half of this is focused on military might, but they know that at some point they need to focus on trade, so that all of the shit that they've been raiding, that they've been pirating, right, all of that stuff has to get sold eventually, right? All of that resource, all that money, all that has to kind of turn back into the, you know, it has to get cycled through, so to speak. So there is benefit for the citizens of, you know, the citizens of Helos to kind of vote for the opposite whenever it's the appropriate time, right? And vice versa, right? With the more intellectual, diplomatic kind of focus, and the Athenian side of things, I guess you could say, there's definitely a focus on at some point they need more shit to sell. They need more resources to make deals and to sell them off, and right, yeah, help influence the world. So that's like a big part of it is because they are culturally the same, there's less of friction between the two, despite their differences in how they rule, right? Right now it's almost like I guess you could say it's almost, but it's like mutual cooperation. There's that, it's not parasite. What's the opposite of parasite when it's good for both? It's symbiotic. There you go. Yeah, it's almost like a, thank you, I appreciate that. My fucking brain shut off. Yeah. Living close, denoting a mutually beneficial between, yeah, so it's almost like a symbiotic relationship between the two city-states. One has the military strength and the power, the other has better ties to the outside world, and has definitely it's definitely, how do I say this, has definitely evolved further in magical advancements. So it's, yeah, they kind of like build off each other, right? You provide the muscle, we provide the knowledge, right? And you still you raid, you know, fight for the resources, we'll sell them, and it'll be good for everybody, right? So it's yeah, symbiotic relationship, mostly. Yeah. History professor here, so like the use of historical states to bring into the game you're running. Yeah, I appreciate it. Nice. Oh shit, history professor. Dude, we got another one in the fucking Discord. We got a history teacher who's, I think more focused on like English history. So you know, if you join the Discord, Wally, there's somebody right there, you know. One of the regions is heavily influenced by this person as well. So I should say, at least, if you were to join the Discord or whatever, Yeah, still cannot spell though. Yeah. Same with them. Nah, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, you can fight to the death. Who's the true historical? Yeah. No, but uh, so, this is a bit of a different stream. But typically I do, in the Discord, I do a weekly world building prompt where people in the community, whether they're playing actively in a campaign or not, can kind of suggest to the prompt. So like, for instance, a past prompt was like fauna and flora, right? And so people kind of just threw in all these ideas, and then once a week, usually on Fridays, we call it the loregasm. I go over the weekly world building prompt, and we see what's been suggested. Sometimes we change some things. Sometimes things are perfect from the beginning, and we all add that to the world. So like, the world is not just a product of only my thinking. It's a product of the community that's that is kind of built around it. Yeah. I watch these world building streams to get ideas for how to set mine up to bring my world to life from the beginning. Yeah, it's a difficult process sometimes, man. Sometimes it's easy. I mean, if you love world building, it's always going to be fun. But yeah, we all toss in ideas and try to work them into the setting if possible. Yeah. And the community in general, right? Like, give each other advice. You know, we just had one of the community members run their first campaign in the setting itself, right? So that was pretty fun. It was real cool to see that. I've seen Treasure Planet from Disney. I believe, yeah, right? Treasure Planet is absolutely, yeah, very familiar. It's yeah. Chris really did amazing for a first-time DM running a campaign. Yeah, Treasure Planet is so good. Yeah. If you're big on D&D, Treasure Planet it has like a Spelljammer vibes, right? But it's like ships in space. Like, I'm building off that world where the spaceship crash lands in 1580 Earth. Oh no shit. Cool, dude. That sounds interesting, man. If you be interested in joining the community or the Discord, I mean, feel free. Man, if I can do this. If you're interested, feel free. Welcome to have you. In the Discord, we also do like world building advice. Sometimes I'll do world building advice while I'm, so if you ever have any questions or anything like that, it'd be, more than welcome to shoot them out. I'm not the, I think I'm pretty good, but either way, community all tries to help each other. Tends to be pretty nice. Alrighty. Very cool. Okay. So, coming up on 3 hours, I think, unfortunately. At this point, we're going to go ahead and have to call it an evening. It is late my time. Fortunately, I'm not, despite my American accent, I am unfortunately in Eastern Europe. So, you know how that goes. In any case, it's been a blast. Everybody who's still around, I appreciate you all for hanging out. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Unfortunately, did I say unfortunately? I'm glad that I found this. Yeah, man, follow, we'll be around. Next stream, we got holidays and stuff coming up. Oh shit, appreciate the follow, dude. Yeah, and hope you hope to see you in the future. Definitely have you around, and yeah, if you're interested in the Discord, as always. So thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good one. Hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good holidays. I will be back probably, I think the next stream is gonna be on next Wednesday, the 27th. I'd like to do at least one or two. And for this week's world building prompt, we're gonna be doing Crodmas, dude. So, yeah. let's do some motherfucking Christmas Crodmas ideas. That'll be the world building prompt. Yeah, Rand's favorite, exactly. That'll be the world building prompt. And yeah. So, thank you all for hanging out. Hope you have a good day or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And we'll be back. We'll be back this next Wednesday after the holidays. So, hope you all have a good Christmas, holidays, whatever it is. If it's Hanukkah, if it's I'm gonna sound like an asshole if I was about to say it like really shittily. I was gonna say like whatever that one, the other one is, but that's so fucked up. I don't want to say it like that. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, hope you have a good Christmas, holidays, whatever it is you celebrate. Hope you enjoy. And maybe we'll see you next week. If not, we'll see you when we see you. Kwanzaa, that was it. Kwanzaa. Yeah, hey man. Glad to see you in the Discord. Hope to see you around. You know, yeah. So, have a good one, guys. Thank you all so much. I appreciate everything. I appreciate you all. And we'll see you when we see you. Peace.